Hey guys, and today I want to go through a process. I'm going to start with this eagle. I'm going to go ahead and polish this whole gun myself because, number one, everybody I contact wants a different price and it's going to take 3 weeks, 4 weeks. If I got to spend 2 or 3 weeks, I could spend that amount of time on this gun myself. So the first thing you're going to do is by disassembling it, you have to take all these parts off. So let's go ahead and just go back here and open and show you it's empty. Nothing in there, see? Nothing, okay? The first thing you're going to want to do is take the gun apart. And this is what we're going to do. You're going to take all the black parts off first. That's how we're going to start on this gun, including the sights. So sights are pretty easy to take back off. Let me get my Allen wrench. And we're going to be taking apart the sights too. So you're actually going to be going, taking everything pretty much apart on this. So to take the sights apart, okay, on here, there's 2 holes. It takes a little Allen wrench, and you just turn it a little. You heard it pop. Turn it out. Put the other one in there. Okay, it pops, you heard it. Okay, so that shows, comes right off. So we have that sight off. Now we're going to go ahead and to take off our all my tools are actually in the car. So I have some tools here. Okay, take off this. This is the safety. Okay. Okay, I've loosened it a little. I'm going to take out the firing pin and bolt too. I'm going to have to take those out anyway, so take out this firing pin, put this. Oh, got it. Just down, push it back. Take this little block off. It falls right out. It's right here. Okay. Take that out. Put the spring. We're going to pull the bolt off the bottom. And I used my 7-in-1 tool. You could usually mark where your bolt's going to go. Your bolt's going to go here. You can mark where the extractor's going to be. Okay. But right now I'm not going to mark that because I've showed that in previous videos. You push in the bolt. Grab your tool, you pull out this pen, you slowly let it fall out. Everything will come out, your bolt, you'll pull that out. Now you'll be able to basically get your screws off of here. You have to hold this other side too, okay, by the way, while you're doing this. And you're going to unscrew it. Putting it together is more critical than taking it apart because these parts got all depolished anyway. Okay. Parts out. Okay. Unscrew this here. Okay. Right off it. Doing a gunsmithing tool. I have one in the car. This is really tight in here, geez. Okay. Yeah, let's screw this up a bit more. Okay. Take out this whole mechanism. It's going to come out after. Ooh, lost one. Okay. One came out. Let me find it where that fell. Okay, here's the other one. And on the other side of here, you have your little detents. These are detents here. Okay. Little detents to go in there. Okay, so you pretty much have the slide completely taken apart. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get the barrel. And we have to get the sights off, okay? Sights are another little thing. They're not too hard to do, but this is the easiest way you're going to do it. You can use a little lubricant, right? hit it there, hit it there, and you could just tap these off. I'm going to let that lubricant sit for a little while we take off the rest of these parts here. Okay, this part here, let me get you a little close up. You push this little pin in, and then you turn this. It will come apart. It's not too hard. You could use something like this, or you could use your tool. You could push that in there. Go like this. Okay. Push this in. Okay, and then you're going to push this in, and this is going to pretty much pop right out. Okay, you have that portion out. There's a little spring in here. You take your spring out. Okay, that spring goes there. Okay, remember the spring goes in here like this, and this goes in here. Okay, so take that spring out. Now in here it's a little bit more complicated when you get into this section here of the gun. To the side. It does get a little more complicated because you're dealing with the trigger. And what you have to do inside there, let's see, get our flashlight. Okay, there's a little spring. See that? When I move that little, see that little spring? No, I'll move this. You see that? See a little spring in there? That's hold that down. That little spring you gotta lift out. And what you're going to do is push that pin in right there. See that pin? Alright, so I have to get my, I gotta get my punch. Now what you're going to do, you're going to push this pin in, okay? And at the same time, you're going to lift that up. See how it is laying out of the groove? And then there's a little pin here, a little spring. You just snap it out of the way. Be careful because it's going to fall. You can see it kind of fell to the sideways. Now you just pull this slowly and wiggle it. Because you got to get this pin out. Okay. See, it's starting to come out. And then you just go ahead and push it all the way out. You'll hear it snap. There you go. And this little pin here, spring, you want to pull that out. This side. So now you have this off, okay? And this is the mechanism for this. Lay that in your pile of parts, like I have there. Okay, see them up? Okay, go back here. Just don't lose anything. I'd recommend get a bag when you're doing this. Something like this. I would drop one bag for the parts that you're going to sand or plate. And then one bag for your parts that you are gonna not sand or plate. Okay, like these pieces. Okay, you know, like these pieces here. This, of course, you're not gonna. These parts you're not gonna. Okay, this you might. So we'll put that in the bag. And this we're gonna be taking apart anyway. So just have a bag there with all your stuff in it. Yeah, I think this one got stuck to the side on this. Yeah, right here, this got stuck. Take that off. Okay, put them all back in. Because all these parts we're going to be doing individually. Okay, so those parts are going to be worked on, so we'll lay them to the side, and we still have more to do. So now we're going to take off the grips. So screw in there, just unscrew it. That screw. Okay, take off the screw. And I'm going to do this slow. I would say this will probably take me a month. I'm going to actually try to just polish everything out myself. It won't be as good probably as a professional, but I think it's going to look good. I might do gold accents. I don't know if I can find somebody reputable to do the gold accents. I will have them. I just need them to do fast. I don't want to wait around for 10 years. Put your finger in there. I found it's easier to just put your finger in there and just push them off. There, get it off. Okay, so those grips you're not going to be using, put them aside. This here you're going to want to take off. Right? Put that down. That's another part that's not going to get plated. See, you're pretty far down now. So the only thing you'll have to do now is take out the trigger housing, the hammer group, the pin. So it's pretty easy to knock these pins out. I don't really have a real good punch, so I'm just going to do it with my finger. Okay, this, of course, that pin, we're going to get that plated too, or whatever, coated, or whatever you want to call it. Get this one out. You might have to tap it a little. Hammer. Okay, you could put that up. If you wanted to, you could put the grips underneath it like that. So you have something rubber. Come out. Hold on to it. Just come out. There you go. You have the other pin out now. Lay those pins to the side because we will be plating those. Your whole group will come out, your whole housing with your trigger. Okay. There's everything. See how it looks? Okay. Here's your trigger. There's your whole housing. Put them in your bag of parts. That. And like that. Put the two screws, put the two pins. That's all the parts. Now, you have just about taken the whole thing apart. Now, the only other thing you have to take apart is this here. Okay, guys, I had a stumbling block on what we were doing here. I'm going to show you. I want to get this off. I was trying to turn it with a screwdriver and everything, and all you have to do is, let me show you. Pretty simple. Put this on here. Just need a hammer and just a punch. You just lay it on this one. The screw is pressed in, and just tap it. And it comes right out. See it? And you could just pound that out and disassemble it. Just got to pound a little bit more. So it goes all the way through. It's just like when I get it out, I'll show you what it looks like. There, it's out. Okay, so you just pound that out, and let me show you here. That's all it is. It's a little split spring with a little thing on it like that. You just pound that in there, and it locks right on there. Tap that right out, and this is the piece. And this basically just pounds right in here, like from the back here. It's split, and it just pounds right in here. It's got a flat side, so yes. And you just pound that right in there, and that locks through. So we're not going to use the spring, so take the spring to the side, but we are going to take these two parts, so let's go ahead and put them in our bag. I have not seen anybody with videos doing it. So now we have the frame all ready to do what we're going to do. And we can polish it, sand it, or whatever. We have that down. We have the slide, and we have one thing left to do: take the sight off the barrel. Now just remember, to put them on, it's left to right. To take them off, it's to put them on, it's right to left. To take them off, it's left to right. So we're going to take this sight off, and we're just going to tap it off. It's going to get plated again, so I mean, it doesn't really matter. You could put plastic, or just use, wrap it up a little piece of like this, and tap it off with something plastic. Can be even just a piece of plastic off something like this or anything. I have a punch I can use. What I'll try to use, I have a piece of plastic here. I'll break it. You can see the piece of plastic I have. I'll break the other side. I'm going to try to use it. There might not be enough pressure. In the beginning, you remember I sprayed it with a little stuff here. Okay, so I have another one of these, and I'll put that there, because I'm pounding on, my table's kind of glass. I don't want to break it. I might have to just go on the floor and do this. But you lay it here, and these come off pretty, they're not really hard to take off. It's just tap it a little, tap it a little. It's already moving. So, tap it a little. So it's already coming out. See how easy? Of course, these are new sights today. I got put on. These are the horn spoot sights. It's come off. It's off. Okay, it's already off. Okay, so now we have the sight off. That's going to go in our bag. So that's going to be okay. So we have a bag of bolts. A lot of parts there. Now here's our barrel. Okay, that's the next thing we're going to do is the barrel. So we'll lay the barrel aside. Now we have a few other parts to take apart. And these are parts that we're going to actually keep. We're not doing anything with those springs and stuff that we need. We're going to take this apart. Basically, there's just snap rings on here. You see them, and you could just get a little screwdriver. You just go like that. Get under the snap ring and pull it off. Pop off. Oop. It'll pop off. See, it came off. Inner and outer. And just, lay those to the side. And then on the next one, I will try to show you this. Just a little snap ring. You can just get your screwdriver and just pry it off. There it is. It's off. Grab it with your finger, hold it. There's your other little snap ring. You can plate these two if you want, or polish them, whatever you want to do. Take that off. It'll take off there. Then this brings out your recoil rods, and it brings out this part here, which you polish and plate it, whatever you want to do. Okay, and this other part that goes in our bag. So we have a lot of little parts, guys. So I would recommend just do that for parts that you're going to plate. And then if you can get another little bag, which I think I have a few little bags here. Yeah, I have a little bag. I have computer parts in it, but I'll pick up those computer parts that I have in there. And for that bag, these parts you don't want to lose. You want to save springs and such. You don't want to lose those. There's another spring there. There's another spring there. So there's another spring there. So you want to have all your springs. Keep all your springs in there. You could take these, drop those in there. It's not going to fit too good. You could put these in there, that in there. Okay, so basically, these are the parts that you're going to not plate. Oh, there's two more there. Get that bag. Two rods. Parts do not get plated, so we put that aside. So what we have today done is totally disassembled the Desert Eagle completely, and this is the bitch to get out. So you guys know how now to get it out. You just take a little punch and with a punch and a hammer, plastic mallet, put something underneath, give it a clip, it'll come out. Here's your slide, completely empty. Here is your barrel. So we'll probably be focusing the most time on those three parts. These three parts: the barrel, the slide, and the frame. We'll probably rough sand it down first. I probably will go to Arbor Freight and buy a cheap buffing wheel, because the prices I'm seeing people are charging, I could do that. It would just take too long. So I may not make it mirror. I might. All these smaller complements, these parts here, I'll have to figure exactly what I'm going to do on these. So I probably definitely will get all these parts I may send them into somebody and plate them. I don't know. But I'd like to just send them in and get them all chrome plated. But I'll have to see. I'm not sure. That would be much easier. I don't know what it would run. I'd have to price it. But I could mainly do this meat of it. But thanks a lot for tuning in. And this is the first time I've I've taken the Desert Eagle apart, but this is the first time I've really taken it apart. I mean, this is stripped to this extent, taking all this stuff out. So I was kind of learning as I went. And of course my camera brightness wasn't it. But from now on, when I start taking some stuff apart, we'll take it from there. But I intend to start on this tomorrow and possibly get all these. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I might send to somebody. I might take them apart myself. I'll have to see. Thanks a lot, guys, and thanks for tuning in. And we'll have some follow-up videos after this. But that's a completely disassemble, ready for to start my plating process or polishing process.